Hi, and welcome to Straight Outta The Sandbox. I'm your co-host, Josh G. Domenico.
Hi, and I'm Josh Schaefer.
And I'm coming into this completely not prepared, as usual.
As usual, yeah.
And I decided to be an asshole before we started this and said, I'm going to start it. So here's your intro.
I love it. And I'm not a control freak, so I don't have any issues with this.
His eyes are just bulging out of his head right now.
Well, we got a good show for you this week. As usual, I got a bunch of good topics, and we're going to tell some good stories. So stick around. It's going to be a good one today.
As the kids say, it's going to be Liddy.
Liddy?
Do they still say that?
No.
No.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I don't have any kids that I hang out with.
You are op, bro.
All right, so let's start off with our veteran-owned businesses for this week.
Don't we got the intro music, or we get rid of the intro music?
Did you want to go to intro music?
I mean, I'm always down for some intro music.
Should we restart then?
Absolutely.
Fresh restart?
This is gold.
Nah, so...
All right, we'll restart it.
You know what? Just so that way you feel good about this.
Okay. Oh.
There you go. If you're out there, you know what? Just sit there and just relax and just listen to the music.
It's kind of like some elevator music, but doper.
It's like an elevator up to a rapper's house.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm taking this up to Drake.
Because my life's dope and I do dope shit.
Okay, Kanye.
Okay, that's good.
On God.
On God.
This is what the rap game's all about.
You gonna respect this.
All right. All right, let's get into it.
We wasted 2 minutes already.
It's fine. It's not waste. This
No,
is good shit.
It's good shit.
All right, so let's get into some military-owned businesses because you can clearly see them sitting out with us today. It's going to make all this noise, and it's going to drive me nuts, but I'm going to hold it with my thumb.
Like holding the pen in.
Yeah. Okay, so we got some hot sauce that come in very cool containers. This is the General's hot sauce, and they come in glass grenades. This is Danger Close. And what do you got?
Shock and awe.
Shock and awe and Danger Close. I picked up 2 of them. I thought they were really cool. It is a veteran-owned company, which they donate to other veteran places, which is awesome. It's American-grown peppers, and 86% of all of their sauce is actual peppers. It's not filler crap.
Nice. So where did you get these?
So I got these at Three Brothers Winery in Geneva, New York. And Three Brothers Winery is also owned by a veteran. So he has if you go there for a wine tour, which you definitely should, it's really cool because each place has like different wines. The one place is all veteran stuff. So like you go in, there's pictures and memorabilia and all this stuff. And he was a Marine, so a lot of the stuff that's in there is Marine Corps stuff, but there's all different branches. So he has a bunch of veteran-owned businesses that he supports and he puts for sale inside.
I pulled the pin. It's going to blow up.
So Three Brothers Winery.
I've been there like a million times, but I never went there for anything besides work.
I'll be honest, it was my first wine tasting I went on.
Yeah.
I went with my wife's family. It was for her mom's birthday. We went there, and it was actually really cool. We went and we got like 4 or 5 tastings at each place. There was like 4 different places. By the end, I was feeling it.
Back when I was drinking, I used to love going to wineries. Colorado has a bunch of wineries out there, and like it was wineries and distilleries and shit like that. Mostly craft brews, like craft beers.
Yeah.
So like I used
they
to
had one of the places was beer.
Yeah.
Which was really cool.
Yeah. So it's like you can always get something. I used to be a big wino, super fucking Italian. So it's like, when we were sick as kids, you get a little wine. It was make you feel better.
Interesting story about wine.
That makes you.
And you said Italian.
Yeah.
So when we worked with the Italians in Iraq.
Can I fucking open this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna blow my butthole.
That's
up
the one
now.
I got for you. So, when we were in Iraq, we were working with it was like a NATO thing. We had all the different branches with us. The Italians were with us, and they were like they'd bring us food all the time. And the guy was like, "Yeah, we'll bring over some food and some wine." And I was like, "Oh,
whoa, you racist fuck."
What?
That's
how he talked. His name was Caesar too. He was like their sergeant major. He was so cool. So he was like, "Yeah, I'll bring over some wine." I was like, "Dude, we can't have wine." He's like, "How come?" And I was like, "Oh, we can't have alcohol." And he's like, wine's not alcohol. Wine." I'm like, no, you don't understand. In America, wine is alcohol. And he's like, that's crazy.
Did you drink the wine?
No.
Pussy.
We would go to the airport and just get like vodka and stuff.
How to drink the wine.
You gonna taste that? Going in hot, huh? This is like an ASMR video. I'm like gonna throw up listening to you over there. No, don't do it. I'll hit the bleep button.
It's pretty hot.
Yeah. All right. Well, at least you got some water.
What's an ASMR?
Are you messing with me?
No, I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
those videos where they do like it's audio. So I don't know what it stands for, but it's like an acronym for like listening to like audio stuff. So like if you listen, like there'll be like people that host like ASMR channels, and it'll be like, today I'm gonna crinkle a paper, and it's like.
So like if I was trying to listen to a super sloppy blowjob, I would just go.
They probably
go
yeah.
on
If you go on
Pornhub.
Pornhub, search ASMR, I'm sure there's some.
I want to hear some gushy shit. I've been masturbating for 2 years because no one will touch it. So I need to up my porn.
Why
game.
does every
I am-
podcast doesn't have to be about jerking off?
I'm a horny fuck,
Okay, well, I mean,
and no one's touching it.
all right. Well, let's move on because people don't want to hear about that,
No.
or maybe they do.
Or maybe they do.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I need to start an ASMR channel.
It's mostly just feet and ASMR stuff, but you know, it's a little bit of both.
I got hairy toes, ladies. What up?
All right, so I'll throw the Three Brothers Winery and the General's Hot Sauce stuff in the description.
Yeah.
So if you want to check that stuff out, go online. I don't know where you can buy this locally. I've never seen it before, but I saw it at the winery, so I'm sure you can go on their website and buy it. Or you know what? Take a trip down to Three Brothers. Have a little wine, a little beer. They got ciders.
Honestly, and if you're not even from the area and you're like, let's take a trip up to Western New York.
Yeah.
You don't want to see Buffalo because it's a fucking shithole.
Mhm.
Niagara Falls is cool once. I guess I'm a little jaded because I've lived here most of my life and I've been there.
People travel from all over the world
I
to
know.
go there
And I've had to
see
take,
it, and I've seen it
Yeah.
100 times. It's like not as cool. But
because
don't
I
know,
have to
still
take
like it,
all of the fucking people that have never been there.
Right.
there, you know? So I've been to the Canadian side, I've been to the American side. This is a cool little dog tag, though. I might just put this on my shit.
All right, so on the subject of food, let's move on to my first subject for the day.
Yo, I'm so hungry.
We're gonna eat after this. Relax. Everything's gonna be fine. In news, and today is September 8th, 2023, is when we're recording this. So these news stories are relevant to today. But let's start off my first one. Have you seen the one chip challenge before?
Yeah, the kid died.
There's a kid that died.
Yeah. What a pussy.
They're saying he died from that. You know.
Oh, like
We're
they
not
said
sure.
all those people died from COVID?
Whoa.
Oh, did I come in a little too hot?
Came in a little. You don't have your foil hat on yet.
Oh, man.
One chip challenge. 14-year-old kid died in Massachusetts after eating one. Apparently, he got sick after he ate it, and then later on, his family found him unconscious.
Okay.
And then they took him to the hospital where he later died. I don't know how to say the name of the chip company. Pacquiao?
Yeah.
Pacquiao?
Pacquiao.
It's Paqui.
I don't know. Those chips we have are pretty good.
They are removing the product from shelves.
Because one kid died.
Yeah. There is a warning on the bag that says not for children or pregnant people or anybody sensitive to spicy stuff. So there's a warning on the label. And the kid's 14. He's not an adult, so he shouldn't have been doing it anyway. It's like somebody, like a 14-year-old kid dying from drinking too much.
Yeah.
I'd be like, well, that's his, you're not
Yeah, it's
even
his
old enough to
fucking fault.
drink yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
How about some accountability?
yeah. So, everyone's trying to sue somebody, right?
Yeah.
So the family is suing them, saying that that company's responsible for their kid dying.
The
but
only thing I
don't
could
think it'll
say,
go
the
anywhere.
only person they could sue would be whoever sold the fucking chip to the kid. They can't
I guess,
sue
but
the
you can't.
fucking company.
It doesn't ask you to check for people's ID. It's like an energy drink. The energy drink says on the label, it's not for children. You should be an adult and not be pregnant. But you could go to the store and buy an energy drink. My kid
Yeah, but
buys them all the time.
I can't do that with fucking cigarettes and shit.
He runs up there and rips a Prime and he's like,
Yo, so
rage.
LJ before football games, we get him shotgun a Celsius. He's gonna go out there as a free safety.
He prefers a prime.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with him. So it's
Yeah.
fine.
I think this is crazy.
That's so fucking stupid.
I've had the one chip challenge, and so have you.
Yeah.
I've seen you eat yours. Yeah, it was gross.
Stunk.
It was gross.
Tasted like shit.
It was hot. It like burned the crap out of my mouth. It made me cough a bunch because it's so dry.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it didn't make me sick or anything.
I don't know. Those
I was
chips,
just like,
who brought those chips to that party? Because I was eating the
my
buffalo
brother-in-law
chicken
brought the I don't know how to say the name. Pacquiao or Pacquiao.
wing. Yeah. Like ghost pepper fucking.
He brought ghost
chips.
pepper chips. It was like a big bag of them. It wasn't the one chip challenge, and they were pretty hot.
I know. I was eating them with the buffalo chicken wing dip.
They were tough. I don't know why, but I was like, I didn't care for them.
I was sweating
Yeah.
from my eyeballs.
So I have a funny story about that I thought related to this. So this is circa back. We're gonna go
I got
back.
a good story too. Iraq story. Got it. Go.
We're gonna go to 2004.
Oh.
Okay, so go back in
you're
your
so
brain.
old. All right.
2004. I'm in Camp Johnson, North Carolina. Okay, where are you at this point? What are you in 6th grade?
Go. No, go fuck yourself. I was in high school.
I was playing that game with the parachute.
No, knock hockey, bro. Big knock hockey kid.
Nakaki?
Knock hockey.
Knock hockey. What the fuck is that?
It's like a little charcuterie board looking thing, and you get a little tiny hockey sticks, and you fucking tap each other, and you guys. It's like a wooden version of air hockey with hockey sticks. Anyways, fucking 2004.
Okay, so it's 2004. I'm on
Dickhead.
Camp Johnson, North Carolina, right? And we were waiting. So this was during the ramp up for the war. What happened was we invaded Iraq in 2001, and then they realized there weren't enough
No,
people.
we invaded Afghanistan in 2001.
He invaded Iraq in 2001. Bombs over Baghdad.
Was that 2001? Oh, it
Yes.
was.
And
I thought it was
following
Afghanistan.
that, the special forces invaded Afghanistan for certain missions. It wasn't like a full-on invasion, though.
So they changed the full-on invasion in 2003 of Afghanistan?
Sure.
I thought that was first. My bad.
Okay, so either way, we're ramping up for multiple wars that were going to last 100 years. And they realized they didn't have enough people in, so they were like pumping people through. I got stuck at my school, and there was like we just did nothing. So they were like, they sent some people to work at the like MP gates and stuff, and like do guard shifts and baloney. So that was where I got sent, and we while we were there, we would party real hard.
You don't say.
Okay, so I'm 18 years old. Yep, I'm 18, and it's just a bunch of 18-year-old dudes, no girls. We're allowed there. So Marines are weird, and so we had a very lax we had a couple of NCOs that were in charge of us, and they were like not present at all. And so we were just
they were home getting fucking pussed because they were getting ready to go get shot at for the next foreseeable future.
Probably. So we would have crazy parties. One night we were out back, and we were taking shots, and somebody started lighting the shots on fire, and we're taking shots, and I didn't do one. I was too scared, I'll be honest. And one guy grabs it, and he goes like this.
Throws
and
fucking
he
fire all over his face.
Lit his face on
What
fire.
a fucking retard.
He was very badly burned because alcohol doesn't. I mean, it burns away quick, but this was it's over an ounce, of Bacardi 151, so it's very flammable, and hit him in the face, burned his face real bad. Now, if you're out there and you were on Camp Johnson around this time and you know this story, I don't know what happened to the guy. The rumor that we got is because he left, he went to medical, and then someone came and picked all the shit up. The rumor was that he got kicked out, but I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know if he was just in medical for a while, and then once he was finished, then he ended up going through.
Maybe they told you he got kicked out, so none of you did any stupid shit.
Right, but so that's what I'm saying. So if you're out there, and you know what I'm talking about, it was a darker green Marine.
Oh, like purple.
A black guy, Just that's what we call black guys.
I know.
So
that's why I said purple.
I don't know. So I don't know what happened to him. So if you know what happened to him, let me know. Or reach out to me on social media.
Did he become a motivational speaker and pretend like he got hit with an IED?
Probably.
Some money in that.
I don't know.
Sorry,
but
I'm on a lot of cough syrup today. I'm not feeling very well, so I just want to say this to all the people.
Little scissor.
Little scissor, yeah. We're gonna try and keep it between the lines today.
Keep it between the lines. What does that even mean?
I don't know. I did yell at multiple customers today, and Taylor laughed his ass off. So that was good.
That is good.
Yeah.
And he'll probably listen to this, and then he'll be like, "Oh, got a shout out!
Shout out, Taylor!
Shout out! Shout out!" All right. So one chip challenge.
So my funny story.
Oh, you got one
about spicy shit because I thought that's where you were going.
Beautiful.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah. So we were leaving Iraq. You know, you got that little 2-week transition period where you're supposed to train your next fucking unit that comes in and what you guys do or whatever.
Yeah, like a handoff.
Like a handoff, yeah.
Okay.
So a National Guard unit came in. They're like, yeah, why don't you guys just get the fuck...
Sorry, just having a LaMelo Yellow over here.
Disgusting.
The best soda that has ever been invented.
The sugariest soda that's ever been there.
It's basically syrup.
They're like, get the fuck out of our chews. Get the fuck out of our company area. We don't want you here.
The new guys.
Yeah. That was like the basic gist of it. I was like, cool, fuck it.
Okay.
So the whole company packed up. We end up in tents by the defect, just getting ready to fucking basically spending 2 weeks until we get all of our shit.
What base was this?
Spiker, outside of Tikrit.
Okay.
Big airfield on that one. So we're sitting there and no jobs, very hot, getting ready to leave. Everyone is bored as fuck. And there's only so many like rounds of dominoes you can play. There's so many times you can play spades.
Right.
So we're all in the defect just dicking around. We were sitting in the tables way too long because it's got AC and it's better than the tent.
Right.
So somebody brings over a bottle of Texas Pete.
I love Texas Pete.
Yeah, big fan.
They came in those little clear packets.
Yeah, no, well, this was a normal size bottle of Texas Pete.
Okay.
Right, so it was defect style. They poured it into a cup, and everyone was like, ditto. You need to drink this Texas Pete, the whole thing.
Got you, fam.
I was like, people, you guys are going to need to put some fucking money down. Collectively, it was $130 cash.
Not worth it.
Not worth it at all.
Gotcha. Okay.
I drank we poured it all into a cup, emptied the whole container into a cup. I drank the whole cup of Texas Pete hot sauce. Now, I made sure to tell everybody that I was in a tent. That means that the only bathrooms that were around there were porta-johns.
Obviously.
And about 2 hours after my little experiment with drinking the hot sauce.
A whole 2 hours, huh?
Yeah, about 2 hours.
All right.
It gets a little hazy from here on out in my memory.
Understandably, you probably blacked out at some point.
Yep. I'm sitting in a porta-john crying with no clothes on, shitting my brains out.
Okay.
So the moral of the story, kids, get more than $130 because that was not worth it.
Make sure you got the Imodium AD ready.
Something.
A little Pepto.
Get some baby wipes.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you're gonna need something that's like
I was going
sensitive on the beehole.
No, I was going straight one ply, son. The fucking
punching right through
the
it.
TP. I had to
right
fold a bunch of times so my finger didn't go up my ass.
And I'm making 3-ply over here. Everybody's got a good Porta-John story. You know what? I got a good Porta-John. You know what? I'm gonna save.
We gotta save it. One story at a time.
I'm gonna write this down.
We're gonna have so many episodes once we get super famous. So.
Well, yeah. Even if I don't get famous, you can't get rid of me.
No. I hope you guys keep listening, though, because this working for a living is some hoe shit.
Yeah. I would like to do... I mean, I could potentially do this every day.
Yeah.
I could wake
3
up,
times a week,
write an
depending on how
episode,
much
come
money we
down,
get.
bang it out. I could put out 5 of these. I could put out 3 a week easy.
3 a week is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
And we pay ourselves a good salary.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
enough to survive.
Give back to the community.
Okay. I mean, there's a video recording of you shaking your head. No, that you're not going to do that. Making me nervous.
What?
Okay. So if you're out there, you're listening, come on, man. Hit that like, that share with your friends, share on your social media. It really helps us out. if you share with 5 people, right? They look at it, they share with a couple people. All of a sudden, it spiders out of control.
Absolutely.
And I got a bunch of people listening, and it's great.
And if you got shit to say, you better talk about it and be about it. Run them hands, because I heard somebody was talking shit up in the comments.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Fucking cheese. Yo, bitch ass honky. Never met you before, but come on the show.
Come on.
Ho.
He's going to come on and talk. He had some things to say about you,
I can't wait.
which I thought were funny.
Oh, God.
So I'm going to jump into some political news because
perfect.
I can't get enough
Of pissing me off.
Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, that big titty bitch. What?
She does have some.
She got some big old
boobs,
mommy
yeah.
milkers.
Nancy Pelosi. If you don't know who Nancy Pelosi is, I don't know
Good
how to
for
explain
you.
that to you, but
Good for you.
she's a congresswoman.
Oh, con artist. I thought you said con artist.
She's a congresswoman from California. Nancy Pelosi announced that she will run for her 20th term in Congress for 2024. People were waiting for her to see if she was going to retire or not. She said absolutely not. She still has work to do.
Yeah, that portfolio ain't big enough yet.
She is currently the big point that I'm trying to make here is the age of these people. She's currently 83 years old.
Can a brother get some term limits?
She was first elected in 1987 into Congress.
Dude, I was born in 88.
I was born in 85, so I'm 2 years old. She's been in Congress since I was 2 years old. If you don't think that there's a problem with that,
I got to look something up.
you go ahead.
What's Nancy Pelosi's net worth?
Oh, you're going to be sick.
So, a life of servitude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We need a guy that brings it up on the screen. Like, hey, Bill, can you throw it up on the monitor? How much does Nancy Pelosi
Estimated net worth as of 2018.
Okay, so it's 5 years old, so she's probably worth more.
Okay. Just guess. So she's a senator, right?
Yeah.
So their salaries are $250,000 a year.
No, she's a representative of Congress. She's in Congress.
She's a senator. She was the
representative from California.
Yes, she was a senator from California.
Okay.
She was the Speaker of the House, so there is a little bit of a pay.
She's done that twice.
She
is not right now. She gave up her spot.
Or Speaker of the, not Speaker of the House. It would be the fucking.
She was the whip. She was the Speaker.
Yeah. So maybe
commonly called the whip.
Right. So maybe $250,000 a year.
That's how much money she makes?
A year.
A congressman makes $250,000?
The senator does. The member of the House makes $125,000 a year. So, with all that being said,
okay.
Right? So 36 years at $250,000.
Which is a livable wage.
Well, yeah, super livable.
Okay.
Yeah, she's worth over $120 million.
Oh, I was gonna say over $100 million for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. As of right now, her real estate earnings, $46 million.
That's about right.
Yeah. Oh, she's got a lot of assets in Apple. I wonder who gave her a heads up on investing in some Apple stock.
Well, I mean, I wasn't even going to bring up the corruption.
All right.
But
sorry.
But no, it's a good point. How does somebody who came from no money gets into politics? She's making, and she, $250,000 is what she's making.
That's just now. Yeah.
She's probably making $50,000 when she got elected. Probably less than that. You know what I mean? So over the years, she's making like a regular wage. Yeah. How does she get $120 million?
Some reporter asked her straight up, how much money is your husband making from insider trading? And she walked away.
Yep.
Of course it's, whatever. Term limits, people. This is why this country's gone to shit. Because we got people that are running it like it's their fucking country. That's not a service anymore.
Right.
It's not a service anymore. It's a job. People are coming in to, I want to put 40 years in the fucking House of Representatives or the Senate.
I'm just going to throw out a couple other old people. Just so you understand, people out there that you're like, she's 83, big deal. Mitch McConnell's currently 81. Dianne Feinstein is 90.
90?
Yep. And Biden just turned 80 years old.
Who's that motherfucker had the stroke on national TV?
That's Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
So I actually just read an article about him. The medical personnel said that nothing happened to him. He's perfectly fit for duty.
Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah.
He never had a stroke or anything. And if you know what we're talking about, Mitch McConnell was on live TV giving an address.
Looking like this.
I don't even remember what it was, but he literally froze for
like 45 seconds.
It was solid, yeah. And he just stood there. He's staring at the camera. Nothing's happening. And then he just like came back. He's like, okay, and you know what I mean? Like, there's obviously something wrong with you. There has been a push currently in Congress to set age limits, not term limits.
Yo, I don't even care about age limits.
I think it should be both.
It should be
currently
yes.
They're looking for the age limit for president, vice president, and Congress to be no more than 75. Still too old.
Too old.
Too old.
You're not doing anything for the country.
This is what I want you to think of. If you're out there and you're like, what are you talking about?
I'm not trying to sound like an ageist, but like a majority of the people of the country that you are supposedly representing, you're not in tune with.
Right. So they are. Like, think about it. Your grandmother, your grandfather, grandmother, great-grandfather, grandmother, whoever you have in your life that's 80-plus years old, that person's running the country. I wouldn't let that person control the radio in my car. Or drive anywhere.
Or pick anybody up for, like, would you let them pick your kids up from school?
No. This is crazy. We're letting these people run our country.
Some of them can.
And I say let because that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are letting
We
them
are
run
electing these people into office. You know, and it's strictly because people are it's too easy to pick the same person that's already been there. It's why keep looking, or just vote party lines. Got to vote Democrat in this part of the country.
I believe that there should be term limits.
Yeah.
Just like the president. President can't do more than 2 terms.
2 terms for everybody.
You know, I could like if your term's only 2 years, I could see doing a 4-year.
Fair enough.
A 4-term, so that way you do 8 years, right?
Fair enough.
So you're giving 8 years of your life to the service of your state or, your country.
Doing a service.
Right.
It's a service. You are providing a service. You are not trying to make a career out of it. It shouldn't be something that sets you up for the rest of your life.
Right.
It should be something you do out of like patriotic duty.
Right.
I'm fucking running.
Let's do it. Straight Out of the Sandbox, live from Washington, D.C.
That's our party. Okay, we're starting a new party. Fuck the Democrats. Fuck the Republicans. We're going Straight Out of the Sandbox.
Our party is called SOTS.
Oh,
Straight Out of the Sandbox.
Wait, can we call them straight? Or is that like...
Call them straight.
Yeah, that's what our party could be? Straight?
Straight white men.
Oh!
Oh, no. Racist.
I don't think that's racist.
I think there should be term limits. I think there should be an age limit. Once you are out of retirement age, I think that you're pushing the boundary too far.
If you're like,
there's no way that you're 80. I mean, this lady, Dianne Feinstein, who I don't know, I don't think she's like a big person that's up front, but she's 90. There's no way a 90-year-old has your best interests at heart.
No.
There's no way. Even if she's not corrupt and she's, she has
just
a great heart and everything. There's no way a 90-year-old is out that can understand what's going on.
So the internet came out 30 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Roughly.
She was what?
So she was already 60 years old when the fucking internet came out.
You said 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was 60. She was already out of touch when the internet came out.
Yeah. Bro.
What are we doing?
That's crazy.
So, get out there and vote. Please get these people out of office. This is crazy.
Yo, and it's not even, so you don't even need the money anymore to run for a party. Like, there's so many free options. Literally, what we're doing
because of
right
social
now.
media and podcasting and stuff.
If you've got a platform, you can make it happen. You don't need the huge donations and final background.
Are we doing this? Are we running?
Yo, y'all vote for me. I will lay out okay, I'm running for president, first of all.
Straight to presidency?
Straight to president.
I'm going to take a local office first. I don't want to move yet.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Well, my son's got to get out of high school, and then
we'll take him with us.
We'll go.
I need a chief of staff.
One of the
Or
worst
a
school
head of
districts in America is in Washington, D.C., so I don't want to go there.
Well, private school. Don't worry about it.
Private school?
So he'll tutor. He'll be under my.
I can't afford private school.
No, he'll be under my tutelage. Okay, I will raise that boy like my own. So here's my foolproof plan.
Okay.
To rid the government of all corruption. Are you ready for this? First thing first, impose term limits for all members of House and the
right.
Yeah.
Anybody in government needs to have
term limits.
Any elected official.
Now you can
needs
move
to have
up.
a term limit.
I'm not going to say like so. If you're a governor, you got your term limit. You can still run for Senate.
Okay. You can do a couple years there and then a couple years.
Right.
And then
we're not going to stop progress.
Okay.
But we're going to stop you from fucking spending your whole life there.
Right. So if you did 8 years in Congress, you run for president. Right. You do that for 8 years. Okay.
So here's my next thing.
You're out. Okay.
The only part of the government the president has full control over and does not need any member of Congress to tell him what to do is the Department of Defense. So I have complete control over the military, right?
Okay.
My first thing I'm creating another branch of the military, straight investigative branch. All they're doing is investigating elected officials across the country.
Okay.
For signs of corruption and for signs of like taking bribes.
I only laugh because like these people would want it to happen because they're all.
Oh yeah, they would. I
don't want to say they're all.
Like there would be a bullet in my head. So I'd be John F. Kennedy.
I think I could believe that 25% of them are absolutely worthless.
Yeah. So they're investigating you, right?
Okay.
You took an oath as a member of Congress, right?
Correct. As soon as you take as soon as an elected official takes office, you swear your oath.
Yeah. So they violate that oath, right?
Yep.
If they get caught, that's treason.
Right to pro. You go right to jail.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
I'm not even joking.
You're Guantanamo Bay.
In the United States. I'm not sending them to Cuba. We'll start an army. Can't do it.
All right. Okay.
But they will be investigated.
Okay, Jerry.
They will be pulled out of office, and then local elections will happen to take over their spot.
Okay.
If you are caught, that's treason. As simple as that. You took an oath. Just like look at Snowden. He took an oath, and now he's a fucking...
What oath did he take?
He was in the military.
No, he wasn't.
Which one am I thinking of?
Edward Snowden was a...
Which one was the one
CIA...
Which one was the Air Force cat?
Oh, that's not... Snowden was the guy that was contracting with the CIA. And he was working
different
on...
guy. There was like a... I guess we'll have a professional fucking... this is a professional podcast. We're going to have fucking notifications and shit.
How dare you?
Yeah, but that's how we get rid of corruption in the government.
I like it. I think you could run on that plan.
I probably could. And then I would be murdered.
So if you're out there...
I didn't kill myself.
Yeah. For one, neither of us are killing ourselves.
No,
so,
way too lazy. Can't do it.
If this stuff gets out there and you find us hanging somewhere with a puddle underneath us on the ground.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Didn't happen. Okay?
Also,
we're coming for you guys.
I don't do crack or any drugs.
Yeah, so
like if they find like I overdosed, I didn't.
Nope. All right, so if you're out there and you're listening and you're thinking, you know what? I'd fucking vote for you. You know what? Shoot me a message on Instagram or X or on TikTok or on
Instagram.
My email. Yeah, anything.
Facebook.
Straight Out of the Sandbox. We're on Instagram, Straight Out of the Sandbox. We're on X, Straight Out of the Sandbox. We're on TikTok, Straight Out of the Sandbox. And we're on, you can hit us on our website on Buzzsprout.
Does Spotify have like a comment section?
It does not. You can rate
does.
us there. Yeah, you can hit us up on YouTube. Send us an email, straightoutofthesandbox@gmail.com, which I just got a cool email this week. I was actually really excited about it. Somebody that I went to high school with stumbled upon our podcast.
That's the one you sent me a picture of?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I don't want to put his name and stuff out there because he hasn't decided whether he wants to be on. But he sent me an email. And he goes, I stumbled across this veteran podcast. And I said, oh, shit. I know this guy. And he happened to be he would join the Marines. So I thought that was pretty cool. Trying to convince him to come on the show. and tell some stories. He was a straight grunt in the Marines, so with multiple deployments.
Perfect. Can't wait for him to talk shit about his pogues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you think we should run, hit us up.
I'll be the fall guy.
I'll be your. I'll be your. What is that? Your campaign manager.
Oh, perfect.
Your Huckleberry.
I just watched Tombstone.
Oh, you did?
Day. Yeah, great
I gotta
movie.
watch it.
You haven't watched it?
No, I have. I
Okay.
haven't seen it in so long.
All right.
I want to see it again.
You're a daisy if you do.
All right.
Val Kilmer.
All right. In funny news, a U.S. state, and I only say it's funny because I think this is ridiculous.
Can't wait. It's got to be Florida. Go.
A U.S. state becomes first state to recognize Transgender History Month.
Never mind. California.
Guess which state?
California.
Ding, 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 ding. Nancy Pelosi's state.
Yo,
August will now be
pander to get fucking votes, people.
August will now be Transgender History Month.
History?
That's what it's called. THM. Transgender History Month.
I don't give a fuck.
So they're gonna get a month.
It doesn't really bother me.
So
why does everyone get a month?
But here's the thing that
like I don't give a shit if you're trans. I don't care about whatever. But why does everything got to be forced down my fucking throat?
Pride Month is June or July.
It's June in the regular world. It's July around here for some reason.
Okay, so let's just I
they
think
have
it's
the parade
June.
July. Yeah, it's June.
Is Pride Month, which is LGBTQ plus. And there's like something else.
The problem is there's a division in that community, in the gay and lesbian community, against transgenders.
Really?
Because there is a lot of people that are very upset with how certain. I got to be very careful how I word this because I don't want to come off sounding like an asshole. But like,
it's really hard for you.
I know, but I'm really genuinely trying not to be an asshole right now. So
let me preface this by saying. I have no problem with transgender people.
None.
I got no problem with gay people.
No,
I don't have a problem with anybody, really. Unless you're doing something that impacts me personally. Yeah. And none of those things do.
No.
I could care less who you have sex with.
But, like, you know how those videos and shit come out of, like, trans and...
Bless you. Wow.
Thank you. Like, drag queens and stuff like that giving elementary school kids lap dances and shit.
There.
Like, that's what
Not going there.
But that's what's causing the division in the gay and lesbian community.
Yeah.
Against transgenders because what they're doing is causing a rift
right, I see what you're saying.
In the country.
So my only, we just, I don't think we need months to celebrate any of this stuff. I don't know. Just seems silly. I like that it's California though. They always do all the most left-wing liberal stuff always happens in California first. Like the electric cars. Now this transgender month.
The whole losing all of like gas-powered vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that they're doing for transportation purposes that you can't have.
It's also one of the highest cost of living states in the United States, which I find so funny because they constantly are like, oh, we're for the people, we're this and that, blah blah blah.
You got more homeless people in that than I think.
A two-bedroom house costs $450,000.
You've got more homeless people in California than
and I
the
do say that
entire state of Idaho.
I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but I'm going to say continental U.S. because I know the highest cost of living is Hawaii.
But that's not fair.
Right. So in continental, it's got to be one of the highest per capita.
Probably the highest. I don't know. I'm
crazy.
I'm not a fucking scientist.
I remember we had somebody come visit us that were friends of our family. And they stayed in our house here. And I have a 4-bedroom house, 2.5 bathrooms. It's not very big. It's nothing crazy. I live in a regular little community. And they came and saw our house and stayed with us. And there was a husband and wife, and like I think they had 2 kids. Or they didn't stay with us. They were just visiting. And they were like, wow, you guys have a huge house. And I was like, no, we don't. Like
it's like a normal size house.
Our bedrooms are small. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have anything big. And they're like, oh, because they lived in, I think, San Francisco. And she was like, oh, a house this size, $5 million, $2 million, $5 million, something like that. And I'm like, what? How do you afford to live there? And her husband were both lawyers, successful lawyers, and they couldn't afford anything like this. Why would you choose to live somewhere like that?
That's no
crazy.
way. There's no way I want that.
No. I do want to keep going because I have a couple other things. That was sort of like a whatever. I have a whole thing on China here. Now, I keep talking about China because it is important, right? Because the things that are happening between us and China and the world really is going to impact all of us here very shortly. It already has started, but I don't think enough people are talking about it. I don't think there's been enough press,
no conversation
or stuff or
whatsoever.
Conversation. All I hear about is Russia's out to get us. Listen, Russia definitely not our ally, right?
No,
they
haven't
don't
been our
have
allies since World War II.
They don't have the infrastructure. They don't have the money, and they don't have the army to take down us. I can say that for sure. But when you team them up
take down Ukraine,
when you team them up, well, you know what? Ukraine's got some fucking weapons and stuff. You know, since we've sent $120 billion to Ukraine, which is the current total right now, $120 billion. And Biden just asked, I believe this was last week, he asked for another $20 billion.
Again, why 80-year-olds shouldn't be in the fucking office.
Right. But meanwhile, Hawaii's burning.
There's chemical fires in Ohio still. They still haven't cleaned up from the train wreck. Correct. The fucking flooding in California, the flooding in Hawaii.
But let's not get too off track.
The drug epidemic in this country, the homeless problem, the food in schools that kids can't eat, the terrible school system that's all standardized testing that we can't revamp or pay teachers to do more, teach our kids how to fucking learn better, change up. Never mind.
So, all that being said, the reason I bring up China so often is because the things that they're doing the things that they're doing they're going to impact us a lot over the next coming years.
But there's no more wars. What do you mean?
China's military. This is an article.
But I'm saying, remember what the teachers.
Oh, I know. There's not going to be any wars. We've talked about that before. A teacher told one of my kids that there's not going to be any more wars. We're too advanced.
Yeah,
there's a war right now going on.
We're fighting it.
Right. So, like, whatever. China's military targets American troops and veterans for exploitation campaign. U.S. pilots and other veterans with a wealth of expertise may be approached directly at defense industry events and offered roles where your expertise are needed. Behind the job offers are private companies that are either controlled or owned by China. And this is not a conspiracy. These are real things that's happening. This came out in an FBI report that these are happening. They are recruiting people that have like specific expertise in our stuff, our military equipment, that they're recruiting them to do jobs. And these people don't even know that they're helping China. Like the FBI said that. These people don't even know.
Because it's like a shell company. They're being
exactly.
hired by.
So, and a lot of it has to do with aircraft capabilities.
I mean, they're buying land all the way through the United States right now.
Right. But so, all right. So this happens at a time. So back up. So China is setting up these shell companies and using them in the United States. They've been doing this for a while. But now they're offering jobs in private sectors to these military members so they can gain knowledge in our military. This happens at a time when the FBI and the Department of Defense reportedly tracked more than 100 incidents of Chinese nationals posing as tourists to attempt to breach U.S. military bases and other federal sites. To quote,
Joe, that makes so much sense.
To quote, test out security practices at the installations and report back to China. This is real.
That makes so much sense because if you ever go, we were talking about Niagara Falls.
Oh yeah, they're all wearing cameras.
Yeah,
and they're probably mostly tourists, but like.
But I'm just saying you could fit right in with that. I'm not saying that the people that are at these places, like, that sounds super racist because, I just see a bunch of Asian people on a bus. I'm saying you can use that to blend in.
Right. This is really happening. 100 incidents over the past year that they've been doing this
study.
I don't think it's a study.
Investigation.
It's investigation. They have reported 100 incidents that they found direct people from China's government sent here to basically spy on us. And they're not calling it that, but that's what it is. It's espionage. There's a bunch more to the story, but in similar news, this correlates. Apple loses $200 billion in market capitalization on reports of iPhone restrictions in China. This is happening right now. These aren't old stories. Apple shares fell 3% yesterday.
Oh, poor Nancy Pelosi.
And 5% for the week after China bans iPhones for any state employee. A Chinese source, quote unquote, says Beijing is looking to reduce its dependency on U.S. technology, but this ban acts as a significant headwind to Apple as China is its largest international market and accounts for about 20% of its overall revenue.
Aren't they all made over there?
They're put together in China, yes. So China has had over 100 incidents of people over here spying on us, trying to infiltrate federal sites.
Yeah, I read about a couple of them in New York City.
It was our NASA facility. They found them scuba diving where we launch our spaceships, our shuttles for X and for NASA, or SpaceX and NASA. They found people there. They were scuba diving in the murky waters where we launched the spaceships to try to learn, I guess, about what's going on there. I don't know. But this is, to me, that sounds crazy. We're talking about Cold War level shit here. I don't even remember stuff going on during the Cold War where we were finding 100 different people. And I say remember, like, news. I mean, like, I remember, like, I saw it. Right. Maybe they weren't reporting as much. I don't know. But this is a lot. And this thing that they're doing, restricting Apple, they said we want to focus on our own technology. Like they have their own company. I think it's called Huawei. It's if you go online, you can look at it. They make awesome phones. They do not work here.
Is that TV company that has like the?
I believe it's the same one. It's a Chinese company. They make their own cell phones and stuff. They make great phones, also, because they're able to source them there, build them there, and sell them much cheaper than iPhones and Android phones that we use here. But they're saying they want their dependency on their own technology. So listen to how crazy this sounds. All right. They're sending people here to spy on us, right? We depend on them to build almost all of our shit and send it back to us, right? So we depend on them for that. You wouldn't have a cell phone in your hand without China, okay? You wouldn't have whatever you're listening to this podcast on probably without China.
Fuck these goddamn shorts.
Because, things are developed here and created here and, researched here in America. But then we realize it's too expensive to make it here. We send all of that shit to China. They make it, send it back to us.
All for profit margins.
And we're talking about 20% of Apple, probably one of the biggest companies in America. And they're saying, well, we don't want to use your shit. We got our own shit. And we want independent. We don't want a dependency on them.
You start taking away the money that Apple can make.
Boom.
Slowly,
that is directly affecting stock prices immediately.
And then you're going to start chipping away at the economy over here because you're going to make all of our shit over there.
Yep.
And then sell it back to us. Like, we're fucking stupid. And then when we become completely dependent on it with no way to manufacture it, we're not thinking about making anything because China's going to make it all. You just cut us off.
And if that doesn't scare you, it should.
That's crazy, man.
This is happening right now. It's not a conspiracy. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to be funny. This is all happening right now. The Chinese government they are taking over. They want to be number one.
Meanwhile, your government only cares about themselves.
We're just trying to set up Transgender History Month.
So we can
and that's why I brought this up.
This
is the kind of stories that are going on in America. Like we're hard focused on creating a transgender month, and China is growing their military, spying on us, growing their economy, making it less dependent on us at all.
They also they got rid of the restriction on how many kids you can have.
I did not know that. So boom, start fucking again. Here we go. We need bigger military. It's crazy. And nobody talks about it. Like it is hard for me to find the stories and stuff on this stuff. All I see are bogus stories about stupid stuff that's happening here. Like people dressed up as drag queens telling little kid stories. Like that has to be front page news. But we're not focused on a country that is outright trying to sabotage us.
Yeah, they're coming straight for us. They're not even hiding it.
They're messing with our economy. They're messing with our politics. They're infiltrating different social medias. They're keeping their citizens away from us and off of our social media, so they don't even know.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Yeah. On the subject of cell phones, actually, I had a funny cell phone story. You got anything to add before I go?
No, we got to end this on a fucking happy note.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we're coming around. So, funny cell phone story in the military. So when I joined the military, I didn't have a cell phone. This was 2003. Not everybody had cell phones at the time. I actually didn't know many people who had one. My dad had one because he travels around. He he's like a contractor, goes to different people's houses. So obviously he needed a way to contact. So he was like, oh, this is really cool. But we didn't have texting and cell phones and whatever. I remember I got to Camp Johnson, which is that place I was just talking about. And my roommate, Nick, who is still one of my best friends, he bought a cell phone, and he was because he had a girlfriend at the time that he was trying to stay in contact with. I mean, so did I, but
back when phones weren't even that popular.
Right. So he was like, I'm going to get a cell phone. So I remember he got a Sprint phone, and he was making phone calls, and we didn't understand what roaming was or overage charges. And this is back, if you don't remember, if you're too young, they didn't have unlimited everything before.
No, it was you had a certain 9.
Yeah, they had
even make
nights and weekends were free or included. They didn't have, you had a certain number of minutes. You had a certain number of text messages you could send.
Yep.
You know what I mean? People didn't play games on their phone and stuff. There wasn't internet on it. So he gets it. He's on it constantly with his girlfriend. And I remember his first bill came when we were there, and it was over $1,000.
Yo, crazy.
And this is back. We're only making $500 a paycheck anyway.
Barely. So I had a funny cell phone story to kind of go off of that. We thought it was free nights and weekends, even across state lines.
Oh.
Yeah, $1,200 later on the cell phone bill. My mom was pissed.
Yeah, that used to be a thing. Your phone worked where you lived. And if you left that area, you were outside your area. It's not like I went to Mexico. You know what I mean? So that's crazy how much phones have developed. It's been 20 years. So I think that's pretty crazy. I'll also throw up some pictures of my daughter at boot camp for the video. I think I'll throw them up on there. We've gotten a couple of pictures of her. Apparently she's in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. They have a thing where you can sign up and get pictures, and I guess somebody goes around and takes pictures of them when they're training. So we get random pictures. So my wife will be they'll post them and she'll scroll through. She's doing great. We've talked to her a few times. They got their cell phone privileges taken away last week, which I thought was hilarious. Also sad because we want to hear from her.
No, hilarious.
But
I get
funny
that you want to see from her, but
and it was a holiday weekend.
Yeah, that's exactly why they didn't get them. Who fucked that up is the real question. Who fucked up cell phone privileges, and did they get their ass beat?
I hope so.
Yeah. I hope it's not too fucking watered down.
I don't think so.
I don't think
it seems
either.
pretty good.
From the letter she sent me, it was relatively the same.
Right. You know what I mean? It has to be...
You got to keep the standard.
Right. Right. You can't lower the standards,
No.
expect the same quality of
You got to
people
break
to come
these
through.
kids. You got to.
And that's what boot camp, not officer candidate school or whatever
Right.
they call it in the Army or whatever.
Officer
What
candidate school.
that's what they call it in the Marines.
Right.
For officer boot camp, they call it officer candidate school.
No, you had to
OCS.
go to the same fucking basic.
Really?
Yeah, all officers. If you were joining, she was going to be a lieutenant, biggest pussy in the whole fucking thing, and she's like,
No.
"You're gonna have to salute me one day."
Ours is completely different, and the OCS is ran by staff NCOs, so it's all gunnies and master sergeants that were drill instructors. They go there and train the officers at officer candidate school.
Okay.
Yeah, Marines are set up so she trains. Here's an interesting topic. So she trains with the dudes all the time. Was it like that when you were in boot camp?
Yeah. So you would split up. So the only
they
time
sleep separate.
yes,
Obviously,
that was the only time. So when you were in tents, which was barely ever if we were in the field, or if you were in your bays, that was the only time men and women weren't next to each other.
Okay, so that's not new. So to me, it's new. When I went to Marine Corps boot camp, they are completely separate. Like you never see the women. The only time you saw the women was
you just smell them in the distance.
Yeah, like you'd see them like training out, and you're like, I think those are girls out there.
Do I see hair?
I don't know. Is that guy got a bun? Can't be a guy. But yeah. So I guess it's not that weird then. I guess I just didn't know because I didn't go to Army boot camp.
Yeah.
But
it's actually
I think
really
it's
distracting.
Yeah, I could see that. I would say that's a bad move.
It's not a bad move because it's another thing you have to get yelled at about. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, but like let's stay focused on the prize here.
Yeah, but how do you get somebody focused? You beat it into them. Just repeated smoke sessions. Shut up. They would leave us out there. I mean, it's 18-year-old boys and girls, 19-year-old boys and girls standing next to each other, and they made there was
right.
They did it on purpose. It was boy girl half the time when you were lining up in formation.
I guess. Yeah. One more thing
trying to
like
get you to talk, stand at attention.
Right.
They're around the corner waiting for somebody to be like, "Hey, girl, what up? How you doing?" And then boom, shark attack.
Yeah, that's funny. They call it shark attack for Army too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when all
they just swarm you, fucking mash it, scissor me timbers.
Yeah. She did say that she doesn't get enough time to eat.
That's surprising. They don't let her get enough time to eat.
So they actually yell at her constantly because she doesn't finish her plate.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And she's real skinny. So they were like, you got to eat all your food, drink your milk and stuff. And she, you know what I mean? She's having a little bit of trouble with that, at least from her notes or her letters. Yeah. So hopefully we get to see her. We're going to go down there and see her graduate in Oklahoma, which is pretty exciting. Do a live show from Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
I don't know if I'm going.
Well, we could do it online. We'll have to like Zoom it or something.
I want to go.
Just go. Who cares? All right, so if you're out there listening, right, and you're like, dude, both of you guys should go to Fort Sill, Oklahoma and do a live show from the Army base there, I need you to let us know. Hit us up on the socials. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let us know. Like, Josh, come on. Get your head out of your ass. You're going. If you're a fan of Straight Outta the Sandbox, please like, subscribe, hit us on the socials,
also,
share us.
Possible new merch ideas coming out.
Yes, we got a couple merchandise things going on, which we're pretty excited about.
Yeah. I want to see how much we can do here, where we can test our limits. I'm gonna maybe a contest for anyone who draws out there. Okay, I want to put this out because I have an idea in my head. So I know the Marines don't have them, but the Army has what's called unit crests. And I think the Air Force has unit crests too, like something that would like identify what unit you're with.
I don't think so.
Okay, well then you guys are all losers, and the Army's awesome. But
you guys are all losers.
I want a unit crest encompassing the entire Department of Defense.
Okay.
The Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Fucking, we can even throw the Space Force in there and the Coasties.
Okay.
You know
Coast
what I'm
Guard is
saying?
not a part of the Department of Defense.
They should be,
but they're not.
But they're no, they're not a branch.
No.
We're gonna include the Coasties.
They're a part of Homeland Security.
Really?
Yes.
Still gonna include.
You ever seen any Coast Guard guys in Iraq?
Yes.
No, you did.
I swear to God, I saw them in Balad.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong,
they looked
please
lost
somebody let me know.
as fuck. I looked at it, I was like, hey, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's no water here.
Not a single
we
drop.
were in Iraq, in northern Iraq. There's no water here. You guys are in the wrong place.
It was funny because I saw Navy SEALs. They had boats, and I was like, "What are you guys doing with those boats?" They're like going up the Euphrates, and I was like,
carrying the boats. And
who's gonna carry the boats?
Fuck.
Who's gonna carry them?
Somebody.
Are you?
Yo, that's what we need to do to stop China. Send Goggins.
Bro, everybody grab a boat. Let's go. Where are we going?
Can I get like a
Where are we
raft?
going?
Maybe
I
like
didn't tell you to
inflatable?
ask questions. You grab the goddamn boat. Let's go.
Motherfucker. That dude's crazy.
Yeah.
Love it, though.
All right. Well, we're going to end the show this week because we're a couple of retards.
This is like the first time we've ended without anyone dying. Every other episode's ended with somebody getting murdered.
That's true.
You know what? Just to keep tradition alive, when
Okay.
I run for president,
Okay.
I'm going to get murdered.
I could see that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. I've been waiting for that.
Our security will be all veterans.
LJ. LJ's head of security. him and his pit vipers.
All right, so we're going to end the show today. Remember to hit us up on the social media. Please like, share, subscribe, share it with other people. I guarantee if you like it,
They will
probably
too.
like it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We're
know,
just
and if
going.
there's subjects that you want us to cover or
Yeah.
funny stories that you want us to share or, videos, audio, it doesn't matter. Hit us up on the social media, Straight Out of the Sandbox. We're on everything. And we have our own email, straightoutofthesandbox@gmail.com. We've gotten emails from people and, corresponded back and forth with them. So I would love that to happen. If you got any good ideas for our logo, this is currently what we're at right now is our little sign here. Straight Out of the Sandbox, with the guys standing there with their rifles and stuff. If you got something that you think would be cool, hit us up. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I think it'd be a really cool idea to get a unit crest just to add on to what I have an idea for the hoodies.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be sweet.
And check out the description or our summary for our veteran-owned businesses of the week: General's Hot Sauce and Three Brothers Winery.
I'm gonna go blow my butthole out with this on some pulled pork.
We are definitely going to do that.
Yep.
All right, guys. That's all we got for you this week. Stay frosty out there.
Never mind. I'm Oscar Mike.
Oscar Mike. Yeah. We love you guys.
Gotta get some golfing in this week.
Hell yeah.